So today we're making stuffed shells. They are so easy to make, and you can make everything ahead of time if you wanted to and have it all ready to go in the oven. You can even freeze them, which is brilliant. So we're making a classic cheese stuffing for our shells today. So what I have in my bowl is some whole milk ricotta cheese, and I like the whole milk just because it's very rich and it gives it great flavor. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And I'm also, because you can never have enough cheese, I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and some mascarpone cheese. And mascarpone cheese is kind of like the Italian version of cream cheese. It's not as tangy, but it's really got a nice rich flavor, and that's what's going to bind everything together. Now, to cut through some of the richness, we're going to add a little bit of lemon zest. And the lemon zest is just going to brighten everything up. We're not going to add too much, just the zest of one lemon. And it's just going to brighten everything up and make it taste so good. We're going to stuff our shells, and we're going to top them with some tomato sauce. You can use, and the thing that would make this really easy is you can just use some jarred sauce, whatever your favorite jarred sauce is, and you're good to go. I mean, it's super easy to make. All right, that's enough of that. Now, we're also going to give this a little mix, and then we're going to chop up some flat leaf parsley and add that because we want to give this some freshness. Now, if you notice, I'm not adding an egg to this. A lot of times, you know, there's an egg in the filling, but I don't want the egg in there because I don't want it to taste eggy. I just want to taste the cheese and all that goodness. And so I'm not going to add an egg, and that mascarpone cheese is going to help bind everything together. And then once it cooks, also once the mozzarella and the Parmesan start to melt, that's going to also help, you know, hold everything together. So now I'm just chopping some fresh flat leaf Italian parsley. We're going to add that in, and we're just going to give it a rough chop. You don't have to be, you know, precise about it. We're just going to chop it up. After all, this is rustic cooking, and that is the best. Nothing has to be perfect when you're doing rustic cooking, and that's what I love, is taking some simple ingredients, putting them all together like this, and just coming up with something that's delicious. And that's our parsley. So we're just going to add it in, we're going to mix it in, and the filling's done. That is it. How easy was that, right? So we'll get this out of the way, give this a quick little mix, and we're ready to stuff our shells. And I did cook my shells off earlier, so we're ready to go. All right, guys, it's time to stuff the shells. I've already cooked them off and let them cool so I can handle them. I'm gonna put some tomato sauce in the bottom of my pan, and that will just keep the shells from sticking to the bottom. And then we're just gonna start filling them up with our cheese filling, and we're just gonna land them right in the baking dish. Okay. You can use a spoon to do this if it's easier. I think using a scoop like this might be easier for the cheese filling though. Just like that. Just place them in the pan with the cheese facing up. I'm just going to continue to fill these. We're going to get them in the oven. Okay, so my shells are stuffed. I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of my sauce over top of them. And then we're going to top this with some cheese. And we're going to put them in the oven covered for about 30 minutes, and then I'll take the foil off and we'll cook them for another probably 30 minutes. just so everything melts and it's glorious. Alright guys, so my shells came out of the oven. Check that out. That is delicious. So there's the cheese and the ricotta and mascarpone and the lemon zest. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to taste these. You guys have got to try this recipe. It is so good. That lemon zest just brightens everything up. It doesn't taste like lemon, but it's just bright. It's delicious. Oh my gosh. These are so good. Thank you so much for joining me today on Simply Homemade with Denise. The recipe's linked down below. You have to try these. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me on Simply Homemade with Denise. Bye-bye.